Come with me if you want to live.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at our picks for the 90s action movie stars. Where are they now?
I'll be back. You've been back enough. I'll be back.
Yippee-ki-yay.
For this list, we'll be catching up with actors who made a big splash in the genre right before the millennium. Who's your favorite action star? Let us know in the comments. Keanu Reeves. It didn't take long for Keanu Reeves to establish himself as an action lead in the 90s.
I am an FBI agent!
I know, man. Isn't it wild?
Both Point Break and Speed showed that he could handle high-octane thrills. And as the decade came to a close, he cemented himself as an action star with his role in The Matrix.
I know Kung Fu.
Although the 2000s were a bit uneven for him, Reeves roared back into the genre in a big way in 2014.
People keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
His role as the brutal assassin John Wick showed he hadn't lost a step since 1990. When he's not starring in sequels to that film, you can count on him making hilarious cameos.
Now I know what it feels like to be completely starstruck.
The only stars that matter are the ones you look at when you dream.
Thank you.
Reeves also produces films, writes books, and rides motorcycles. And he's apparently one of the nicest guys working in Hollywood today. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
The whole bet's on Attila. Wrong bet.
Jean-Claude Van Damme took the 1990s by storm with countless memorable action flicks. Lionheart, Time Cop, Universal Soldier, and more showed the world what this Belgian-born martial artist was really capable of.
You're dead, soldier. No, I'm alive.
Given his reputation, it was a little surprising to see him turn to mostly direct-to-video fare after 1999. But Van Damme showed a ton of self-awareness about where he was at with his 2008 film JCVD. In that movie, he played a partially fictional version of himself poking fun at being a down-and-out action star.
Mais je m'étais entraîné pendant 20 ans en karaté. Parce que moi, j'étais pas comme ça. Ça c'est moi, aujourd'hui.
Since then, he's continued to appear in limited-release films and voice roles. But one major exception came with The Expendables 2.
Over so soon. I want my money's worth. Come on, get up. Coming right up. Going back down.
Chuck Norris. Before Norris was the subject of the internet's earliest memes, he had established himself as a top martial artist and actor. A number of big roles in the 1980s paved the way for him to be pretty busy in the 90s.
How did you like the lesson? You're not so tough.
My turn to teach.
Outside of his films, Norris also appeared in nearly 200 episodes of Walker, Texas Ranger over the course of 8 years.
Don't even think of it now. Don't do that. Sorry I had to do that.
Although he's had a handful of film and TV credits since, it's his off-screen work that's kept him busy. Norris is an active philanthropist who donated time and money to several charities around the world. Additionally, he has become a successful author too. Every now and then, Norris will return to film or TV to remind people of his action-packed roots.
I heard another rumor that you were bitten by a king cobra.
Yeah, I was. But after 5 days of agonizing pain, the cobra died.
Jet Li. What do you think famous action stars do in their spare time? Work out? Learn new martial arts? For Jet Li, he's content to play a round of badminton and work on his rare Tibetan bead collection. This famous martial artist broke into the film genre in the 1990s in his native China. After his appearance in Lethal Weapon 4 introduced him to American audiences, his rise to prominence continued from there.
In Hong Kong, you would be dead.
Lee worked pretty steadily internationally throughout the 21st century in everything from The One to the Expendables franchise. At the same time, he started pivoting towards doing more charity work. And after surviving the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, Lee went on to form One Foundation to assist with disaster relief and other charities.
So when you coming back?
Maybe soon, maybe never. Maybe try a new life.
Then who am I supposed to pick on?
You will find another minority.
Linda Hamilton. Take one look at Linda Hamilton as Sarah Connor in Terminator 2 Judgment Day, and you'd think she was going to be the next John McClane.
Broke my arm.
There are 215 bones in the human body. That's one. Now don't move.
Despite how much fans loved her thrilling scenes in that film, Hamilton didn't really focus on trying to become a huge action star. Instead, she took on smaller roles on both television and film.
Why is there a gun out?
Oh, sorry, dear. Old habits.
Eventually, Hamilton became a bit jaded with the superficial nature of Hollywood. She largely stepped back from major movie roles in favor of TV work in a variety of genres. But Hamilton finally did make her way back to her biggest sci-fi franchise role with Terminator Dark Fate in 2019.
I'll be back.
Harrison Ford. Between the Star Wars and Indiana Jones franchises, Harrison Ford was already a household name when the 1990s came calling.
I don't give a shit whether you did it or not, and neither will anyone else. But I will put such a stranglehold on your gun money, you'll be out in the street throwing rocks.
Between multiple films as Jack Ryan and the world's most kick-ass president in Air Force One, Ford never pressed pause on his career.
Get off my plane.
Although Ford has definitely diversified his roles since the 90s, he doesn't mind returning to franchises either.
Chewie, we're home.
He reprised his roles as Han Solo and Deckard in long-awaited sci-fi sequels.
I had your job. I was good at it. It was simpler then. Why are you making it complicated?
Why don't you just answer the question?
What question?
I didn't figure you as one for bullshit.
Ford also showed he was willing to join new big-ticket franchises like Marvel when he signed up to play General Ross. With all this film work, it's surprising he ever finds time to fly his airplanes or contribute to the plethora of charities he's associated with. Bruce Willis.
Come out to the coast, we'll get together, have a few laughs.
When Die Hard dropped in 1988, few people may have expected that then comedian Bruce Willis would be a breakout action star. But after crawling through vents and jumping off a building, the trajectory of his career completely changed. Willis redefined what an action hero could be and unleashed a mass of action films in the 1990s and continued on into the 21st century.
Here it comes. It's gonna hurt.
You're right about that.
In the 2010s, he started to slowly transition away from doing a number of big releases in favor of more direct-to-video and streaming fare.
I will put you in witness protection. The feds will keep you safe.
So my whole life just goes away?
You get to keep your first name.
His family eventually announced that he was struggling with health issues that made it increasingly difficult for him to act.
Bruce Willis has retired from acting after it was made public that he has aphasia. It's a disorder that affects one's ability to communicate.
Willis officially retired in 2022 with the support of his family and fans. Jackie Chan. Famous before, during, and after the 1990s, Jackie Chan became legendary for the sheer amount of stunts he was willing to do. But even the most talented action stars can recognize their limits.
You have taught me a very important lesson, Xiao Zhui. Life will knock us down, but we can choose, matter or not, to get back up.
After working consistently through 2012, Chan formally announced that he'd be taking it easy on diving into any risky stunts. But that declaration certainly hasn't stopped him from working.
Mantis, it is me, you bestie! Sorry, Thomas!
Chan has done voice work in feature films like Kung Fu Panda 3. He also made a 2018 album, became the owner of several production companies, and even has a clothing line.
要面对 狠毒的嘲讽和羞辱。
Additionally, he has given a lot of time and money to a number of organizations and continues to provide assistance to others through the Jackie Chan Charitable Foundation. Sylvester Stallone. All it took was one boxing movie to launch Sylvester Stallone into superstardom.
Yo, Tommy! I didn't hear no bell.
By the time the 1990s came around, Stallone had already given us 3 Rambo movies and 3 sequels to Rocky. Everything from Demolition Man to Cliffhanger supported his action streak while he experimented in other genres.
Remember, shithead! Keep your arms and legs in the vehicle! And all!
Although his career hit some rocky patches, pun intended, in the aughts, Stallone eventually got back into what he was known for. Through the Expendables franchise, he paid homage to the action films that helped define his career.
Mumbo jumbo's gonna hoodoo you. Boom-lay, 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 boom.
He also pulled in a number of fellow 90s stars. Since then, he's continued shaking up expectations by starring in everything from Guardians of the Galaxy 2 to Suicide Squad as King Shark.
And?
Yes, that is your hand, Nanawe. Very good.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Get down.
In the wake of becoming one of the biggest 90s action movie stars, Arnold Schwarzenegger went on to pursue a number of ambitions.
First, I'm going to use you as a human shield. Then I'm going to kill this guard over there with the Patterson trocar on the table. And then I was thinking about breaking your neck.
The Terminator has had huge success in business and in politics. He's amassed quite the amount of real estate over the course of his career and has invested earnings in stocks, bonds, and many other companies. Schwarzenegger was most notably elected as the governor of California in 2003. After he served as long as he could have, he said, "I'll be back," to the industry that made him famous.
I need a weapon, something big. Yours.
Whoa, 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 whoa. My big weapon's hanging right where it is.
Come on, Caesar, you gotta back up.
If I don't get this back, your ass is terminated.
In your dreams.
He appeared in both the Expendables and Terminator franchises. And while Schwarzenegger can't legally run for president of the United States, he signed on to play one in live action for Kung Fury 2. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.